Thank you for those remarks, Mr. Arnold. It's good to know that the television industry can't be killed. I think we're all very heartened by that. In the interest of time, I think we're going to move quickly on rather than take questions at this point. We'll see how we're doing on time, and perhaps we'll have a short discussion after Mr. Goenka's speech. It also occurs to me that we're 20 minutes into the program and I've already done a very bad job, because my first responsibility was to thank our sponsors, and I haven't done that. So please let me quickly acknowledge the sponsors who have supported this event and made it possible. Our supporting sponsor, SES, as well as APT, AsiaSat, Eutelsat, and MEASat, all of whom have provided financial support to help this event take place. So please join me in thanking them very much for their support. But now, let's turn to the industry keynote. Mr. Punit Goenka, who needs no introduction, is the Managing Director and CEO of ZEEL Entertainment.
Mr. R.K. Arnold, Chris, fellow delegates from the industry, and most esteemed guests. A very good morning to one and all. It is indeed a pleasure to be among such a wonderful gathering this morning. In terms of legacy and mission, there is a special connect between CASBAA and ZEEL. CASBAA was conceptualized in the early 90s, and so was ZEEL. CASBAA started its operations from Hong Kong, and so did ZEEL, while it was illegal to do operations in India for cable television. And most importantly, CASBAA's mission has been to promote the growth of multi-channel TV and content across the globe, and ZEEL has been contributing to this aspect immensely for the last 2 decades. So it gives me great pleasure to be part of this forum this morning, and especially to have this opportunity to address the theme. While going through this year's theme, Indian content going global, I noted the question mark. If it denotes an iota of doubt, I would like to take this opportunity to clarify that by all means, Indian content is heading the global way. This industry is blessed with such great talent and potential that it has all the required elements to produce content which can entertain not just the Indian, but the global audiences. In fact, the global media and entertainment ecosystem is poised at an extremely interesting juncture, which is filled with opportunities. It is extremely essential for us to prepare ourselves to face the changing dynamics of this global industry. Some of the industry trends, as per the latest PricewaterhouseCoopers report, the global media and entertainment market is estimated to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 5.6% over the next 5 years, generating a revenue of US $2.2 trillion. What is interesting to note is that the consumer spend on access of content will rise up to 30% in the year 2017 from 24% which was in the year 2012. This connotes that the consumer is ready to pay the extra rupee for accessing content based on their preferred time, place, and screen. Content creators need to address this demand by ensuring that they are present at whichever time and the consumer demands your content on whichever screen he wishes to consume it. Also, the mobile internet spends is estimated to exceed the fixed broadband spends in markets like US and South Korea, followed by the UK. These reports further reinforce the major paradigm shift expected in the market. So on the global distribution front, content creators will have to adapt to the new age distribution platforms as well, apart from the primary platforms like television. Our initiative in the over-the-top television space through Ditto TV aims to addressing this demand in India. I will use some examples from my own company to further elaborate how Indian content is going global. Way back in the year 1995, we at ZEEL took our first step in the global market by offering our content to the Indian diaspora. The content was priced at a premium, but the demand was so prominent that within a very short span of time, we reached almost 65% of the market. We then looked at further enhancing our reach and started offering our content to the global audiences by subtitling and dubbing it based on the international market's language preference. This approach again was extremely successful, allowing us to penetrate our presence furthermore in the global markets. Soon did we realize that our production capabilities are not just at par, but in fact much better than certain key markets like the Middle East, and hence we started producing content in such markets, which reflects in some of our products like ZEEL, Alwan and ZEEL Afla. Going forward, we also offer global products which have the bandwidth and scale to entertain audiences across the world. I take immense pride in citing this fact that today ZEEL as a content company entertains over 700 million viewers across the globe, reaching 169 countries that we operate in ourselves. Since the entire ZEEL family has always been extremely passionate to consistently innovate and offer enhanced entertainment solutions, right since its inception, these numbers aren't enough for us. We have set yet higher goals for us in the near future. By the year 2020, ZEEL aims to reach 1 billion viewers and also target to be ranked amongst the top 10 global media companies. And I can say here that some of my peers in the industry are going to follow suit from here. Now, these numbers don't just speak in leaps and bounds about ZEEL, but they also justify the very fact that we have the potential to entertain the world. They signify our readiness to produce world-class content. They resonate the dawn of global industry being formed. So gone are the days when we, as Indian broadcasters and content creators, should question our ability to entertain the world. Gone are days when multinational companies from the West can easily march towards us and attempt to set up their networks in our country. ZEEL has proven the fact to not just our nation, but to the world, that an Indian company can go against the usual flow and take a stance to be a global media conglomerate. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means literally the world is a family, but we translate it as the world is my family. Our recently incorporated brand positioning has been conceptualized with this approach and beautifully summarizes our noble message of making the entire world as one family. A family which is beyond boundaries, castes, and languages. For the last 2 decades, ZEEL has been the cultural ambassador of our nation to the entire world. So to conclude, my friends, the point which I would like to drive home this morning is that as an industry, we are absolutely geared to face the global consumers. No longer should we question our steps in this direction. No longer should we hesitate even the slightest bit. As the famous philosopher and writer has beautifully summarized by saying, being fully present is the best guarantee for a bright future. On this note, I would like to conclude my speech. I thank each one of you to give me a patient ear, and I look forward to some interesting sessions and varied perspectives on today's theme. Have a great day ahead. Thank you very much.